Oh my god, Lauren.
Welcome to my 2026 NFL mock draft. Let's get into it. Trade Talk Sports back here with another video. And ladies and gentlemen, we have officially almost made it about an hour for me, but when you guys see this video, we have officially made it until draft day. It's officially draft day, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so excited, man. Now, I also have a cousin getting drafted, so that's awesome. But I'm really just excited to see how this draft plays out this year, because I also feel like, to me, I know the draft is always, I feel like, the exciting part, especially as a Bears fan. But the draft, to me, is always really kind of like a fun thing. It's like a big event, always, every year. And it's really exciting. I'm really excited to see what happens. But, man, I'm not going to keep you too long, man. Listen, I'm going to have some coverage, especially for the Bears. I'm going to have draft coverage. So, whatever the Bears pick, I will have videos for that and things like that. So, stay tuned. But I'm just going to get to this real quick. And this is honestly what I think is going to, and this is what I think NFL teams are probably going to go with from information I hear, and that I really think, in my opinion, is going to go. And in this time, I'm going to kind of put myself in the GM's shoes and kind of be like, okay, if I'm that team, what I'm going to do. Now, I'm not going to do trades in this one, unfortunately. Sorry. I know I'm not going to do trades in this one, but I will kind of keep it the way I think. I feel like a lot of GMs might kind of go. And without further ado, we're going to just get into it. So, I'm going to keep this pretty simple. Listen, I think a lot of us understand. We all know what's going to happen with the first pick, right? Listen, I'm going to just get out of the way. I'm not going to just do this too long. Fernando Mendoza, look. I think, to me, Mendoza, he as a Raiders, I think, the Raiders need a quarterback. Also, look, I feel like, to me, Mendoza, he's the number one pick. I'm just going to be honest. He's going to be the number one pick. Just like Caleb, just like Cam, he is, to me, is the number one pick. And, with Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, they signed Tyler Linderbaum in the offseason. Now you got Kirk Cousins for him to learn to. We got John Spytek, good GM. And you also have, to me, Tom Brady. So I really feel like, just with that type of core for that football team, I really think, drafting Mendoza makes sense for the Raiders. I'm not going to get too long. So now, in my opinion, this is where the draft really begins, because the Jets can, look, this is going to be honest, the Jets are terrible. The Jets can do two ways. They can go Arthur Reese, they can go David Bailey. Now, I have seen some people have done Arthur Reese, some people have done David Bailey. It really, to me, I feel like, to me, it really kind of I feel like, to me, it kind of depends on, like, who you kind of want to take, in my opinion. And a lot of people might not like this. People might get mad in the comments. But I'm going to be honest. If I'm the Jets, I feel like David Bailey, to me, hate on, Albert Reese. But if I'm, the Jets, I might go David Bailey, because, David Bailey is, to me, might be more of a faster guy. Now, Albert Reese is also a beast. Albert Reese is a dog. And, he kind of gave me a little bit of Michael vibes, the way how he plays. But David Bailey, to me, is a little bit of a faster version of, I'm going to say faster, but maybe a more explosive version, like a Trey Henderson type. So if I was the Jets, I probably would lean more David Bailey. That's where I would probably go, with the second pick. So with the third pick for the Arizona Cardinals, I'm going to probably go over Reese. Now, like I said, the Cardinals could probably take, Jeremiah Love, which I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they take Jeremiah Love here. Jeremiah Love, look, he's one of the best running backs. Looking at, the Tennessee Titans need, they could also go pass rusher here. They could go, Bain, but we're going to get to him in a minute. But I think if you're the Tennessee Titans, you probably want to go best player available, and that's Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love had a strong season. he's gonna be a title. I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the best running backs in the league when he gets drafted, because Jeremiah Love is an absolute stud. I mean, Jeremiah Love to me is a beast. So I do feel like, if you're the Tennessee Titans, especially trying to help out Cam Ward, maybe draft a receiver, in another round. I think if you're the Tennessee Titans, your goal to me is trying to, surround much talent as for Cam Ward so he can be comfortable playing, in quarterback. So I think if I'm the Tennessee Titans, I'm probably going to go Jeremiah Love here, and that's what I think I'm going to do. Now, with that being said, the Giants are such in a great position because, look, they have they got the 5th pick and they got the 10th pick. Now, if you guys are on the rock, they traded Dexter Lawrence. As a Bears fan, I kind of wanted Dexter Lawrence, but I'm not mad because they did give away the 10th pick, and that was kind of high in my opinion. But look, I think the Giants could go different ways. I feel like they could go Styles. They can go Downs. I mean, I feel like to me, there's so many ways that, that I feel like to me, the Giants can go. Now I think the Giants can. You got Jackson Dart. You have Lee Neighbors. You have, Cam Scatterboo. Now, I wish Jeremiah Love were here, but, if it was, what happens. But, they got, a pretty solid offensive line, in my opinion. They got a pretty good defense. They got Abdul Carter. They got Brian Burns. They got guys. And now they got the new head coach, John Harbaugh. So, if I'm the Giants, personally, I'm thinking I'm going to go Caleb Downs. A lot of people might be mad at me for not doing this, but I think, yes, I could take, Sonny Styles. I probably could take Styles here, but I think I might go Caleb Downs. I think, man, it is kind of tough. I think I might just go. I think I'm going to go Caleb Downs, man. I like Caleb Downs. I feel like Caleb Downs, to me, you get him with this defense for the New York Giants. I mean, you guys are in a good position. I think, to me, I feel like the Giants could be in a playoff spot this year. So, I think getting Caleb Downs with the 5th pick, I mean, man, I think not only as long as Abdul Carter can, if Abdul Carter can really have a good season, and the defensive line kind of breaks out. Obviously, they got rid of Dexter Lawrence, but if they can get like some of these guys, I mean, and you get Caleb Downs, that defense gonna be elite. So, for the Giants, I am gonna go Caleb Downs. Now, I think this is where you're probably gonna see a receiver go off the board. Now, I could obviously go offensive tackle here. I could go Francis out of Miami. I really could. I might, but I'm not going to probably do that personally. I think I might just go receiver here. And I think, my guess is Shedeur Sanders is going to be probably the starting quarterback. So, and I think if you're the Cleveland Browns, your goal is to probably, to me, get the best weapon for Shedeur Sanders. And I really think if you can get Shedeur Sanders a real number 1 receiver, like you got Quinton Judkins, you have Myles Garrett in the defense. I think if you can get them a solid, true number 1 receiver, I think we'll be talking. I think, the Browns are not that far away, in my opinion. So I think getting Cardinal Tate, I really feel like, getting Cardinal Tate, I like him. I like in that fit, especially with, Monkins offense. Not me do that. Sorry, not me do that. But I feel like, in Todd Monkins offense, I do think he fits. So I can really see the Browns going there. So looking at what the Washington Commanders need, I think they might go, I think there's so many ways that this can go. Looking at the Commanders' need, they could go another receiver as well. Jordan Tyson can go here, but I do have questions about his medicals. I do have questions about his medicals with Jordan Tyson, but if his medicals, in my opinion, checks out, he's a top 5 receiver. In my opinion, probably top 10 in this draft. So I do think, if you're Washington, looking at the, I don't know if I want to go with Rebane. I could go Rebane. I could probably go, maybe they could go corner. could go corner. It could go safety. I don't think Dylan Thiem is going to go this far, though. But you know what? I think if you're the Commanders, looking at what we need, I think there's a possibility where they could go linebacker. I don't know if I would go linebacker, but I feel like I could see the Commanders getting on linebacker. I could see Sonny Styles. I think, putting Sonny Styles into this Dan Quinn's defense, I really feel like it works. And I'm going to probably pick Sonny Styles here. I think he's the best player available. I think go ahead and pick him. Saints, now I do think the Saints, I think this is where another receiver goes. Now, I do think, to me, look, I like Jordan Tyson, and I think Jordan Tyson goes here to the Saints. I think you get him, Chris Olave, that's a good duel. And I really feel like, whoever the quarterback is, Tyler Scoff, or if it's Spencer Rattler, who knows? I think it's Tyler Scoff. But whoever the quarterback is, I really feel like, to me, I'm going to go here and take Jordan Tyson. I think you take Jordan Tyson here. And I'm going to pick him at 10, number 9. Pick 8 for the New Orleans Saints. Kansas City Chiefs, I think they go corner. I think if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe they just traded. Oh my goodness, I keep going to YouTube. Sorry guys. I do believe this is where I think we'll see our first corner go. And I think, to me, Mason or D-Lane from LSU, he's a dog. I really like his playability, and I really think, to me, he fits in Kansas City. So I'm going to pick him here. I think it makes sense. Now, with that being said, I think another receiver. Now, like I said, the Giants could go off with the tackle, protect your quarterback, Jackson Dart. I could possibly see, getting Jackson Dart some other weapon, with Malik Neighbors. I could see them getting from Kyle Lemon. I could also see them taking just the best offensive tackle available. I can't really see it. I could see it happening. I personally, if I am the New York Giants, looking at the board, we have Mekhi Lemon, Omar Cooper Jr., Kevin Compassion, Denzel Boston. I think, to me, looking at what we need, also looking at what the Giants team have, looking at linebackers, not a lot of good linebackers right now. I think, to me, honestly, if I'm the Giants, I'm going to go with the best receiver again, Mekhi Lemon. I think there is a world, too, where if everything plays out, now some people can come to you, why are all these receivers going top 10? Look, I feel like, personally, if I'm a GM, I could see Mekhi Lemon going top 10. I also do think, though, they could take it. I do think they could take a off the tackle here. So, it's really interesting here. But I think for the Giants' need, I think I'm going to go receiver, man. I think I'm going to go Mekhi Lemon at pick number 10. So, the Miami Dolphins, I'm going to be honest, they need a whole lot. I'm not going to sugarcoat you. The Miami Dolphins need a lot. They need a whole bunch. Miami's Dolphins are just trash. They let go, Tua. They let go Tyreek Hill. They fired Mike McDaniel. And look, the Dolphins need a lot. And I think I'm going to go to the best player available, probably, which is probably, I think I might, honestly, looking at what they need, I think this is where Ruben Bang goes. I think this, to me, I think, him in Miami, I think, to me, this is where he probably goes. I'm going to pick Ruben Bang in Miami. Now, he probably could go to Dallas, because Dallas need a pass rusher. Looking at what Dallas need, I'm going to be honest. I might even pull Kedrick Folk. I don't know. I don't know if I go Folk here. I think, to me, for the Dallas Cowboys, I might want to go corner here. And I think Jermon McCoy probably fits, what Dallas Cowboys need. So I'm going McCoy. Rams, I think they might go off with the tackle. Look, the best offensive tackles available. I know they're trying to get a receiver, but I think if Francis McGuire is there, you take him, and I think the Rams take him. Baltimore Ravens, I think, looking at what they need, The guy from Penn State, Olaga Lane, he is a monster. I think you getting him as a guard, I feel like, especially after you're losing Tyler Linderbaum for Baltimore Ravens, that makes a whole lot of sense, and I'm going to pick him here. I'm going to try to speed this up because it is already 14 minutes long, 15 minutes long, so I'm not going to make this too long, but looking at what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers need, I think they go edge. I can see them going edge. I could also see them going tight end. Kenny Swagat. I could also see him going to Oregon as well. I think he might go here. Looking at the needs, I think if you're the Buccaneers, you might want to go edge probably. I'm actually going to go Makeem Messidor. I like Makeem Messidor a little bit more than Kendrick Falk. It's nothing bad, Kendrick Falk. I personally just like Makeem Messidor just a little bit more, personally. So I'm probably going to go Makeem Messidor here. I like him here personally. I like him here, man, honestly. Look for back to New York Jets. Jets are a bad football team. But looking at their need, they could go corner. They could go receiver again. I don't know if I'm going to go receiver. Looking at their needs and find the Jets. They could go quarterback. This is where they could surprise and take Ty Simpson. I would not be surprised if they take Ty Simpson. I could really see the Jets taking Ty Simpson. I could see them even trading up to get Ty Simpson. I would not be surprised if they get Ty Simpson here. I think getting Ty Simpson might make more sense. I don't know. I think I'm gonna just be honest. I'm probably gonna go receiver. Amari Cooper Jr., who is a dog. I'm probably gonna go with him here. Look at the Detroit Lions. I think the Detroit Lions needs. Looking at what they need. I think they go Spencer Fano. I really love his play at Utah. I thought he had a pretty good solid season. And I think for Detroit Lions, protecting Jared Goff, it makes sense. And you go Spencer Fano here. Minnesota, listen. I hope this guy will fall to the Bears. I don't think he does. But I can see that. I do think, for everything I'm hearing, I do think they go Dylan Demon. I think Dylan Demon probably makes more sense going to Minnesota. So I'm probably going to put Dylan Demon here as a pick. Carolina, I'm going to be honest, as also a Panthers fan as well, I want Kenny Sanatic. If we can get him with Bryce Young, you got Bryce Young, you have, Terry McClellan, you got weapons, you have that good running back. If you can add Kenny Sanatic into the mix, I think that the Panthers offense could be for sure have potential to be really, really good offense. Everything clicks, Bryce gets better and things like that. So I couldn't really see Kenny Sanatic, being a Panther, and I think I'm gonna probably go Kenny here, honestly. So I'm gonna go Kenny here. Dallas Cowboys. Oh man. Looking at what they need, safety here. Emmanuel Warren could probably be here as well. That wouldn't be surprised. I think I'm gonna go Kendrick Falk, man. I'm thinking Kendrick Falk. I can see him getting to the Bears. I don't think he goes, but who knows how the draft plays out. But I think I might go Kendrick Falk. Looking at the board, look at your Dallas. And looking at just all the needs available, I think you're gonna probably want to go Kendrick Falk, and I think they go Kendrick Falk here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I think you see Ty Simpson go. I think Steelers make sense for Ty Simpson. Look, I'm not gonna make this too long, but Ty Simpson to me makes sense. I think, look, the Steelers don't even know what's going to go on with Aaron Rodgers, because I don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. I feel like if you're the Steelers, it's probably better to go Ty Simpson. So, still need a quarterback. I'm going to go with Ty Simpson there. And look, I think this could either be good or this could be terrible. Who knows? But, look, with questions on how, what is going on with Aaron Rodgers, he needs to make up his mind, because, he has to make up his mind. So I'm gonna probably go Ty Simpson, man. I'm gonna go Ty Simpson. So Ty Simpson's gonna be the pick here. Chargers. Looking at Chargers, I think this is where I don't want to know if I want to go D-line because I really don't feel like, I don't know, man, if D want to go. Oh no, I think they might go offensive tackle. I think if you're the Chargers, you can go so many ways, but I might pick the best player available. Ron Filling from Georgia, who's a pretty good tackle. I think he spends a couple of times at right guard, but right tackle. But I think if you can go get him, man, kind of protect Justin Herbert, I think it makes sense. Philly, I think they also go offensive tackle, receiver. I think they also can go offensive tackle. I think Caden Proctor is here, so I might go. And you know what? I am gonna go Caden Proctor here for Philly. I think you gotta get Jerry Hurst some. I think you gotta protect your quarterback. And look, we'll see what happened with Philly this year. But I think to me, I go Caden Proctor here. Cleveland. So with the Cleveland Browns, they have so many ways they can do this. They can get the best offensive tackle. They can go Blake Miller. They can go Max from Arizona State. They can go looking at their needs, looking at what how the draft board's out. And honestly, I could see them going Caleb Latimer. I also though could see them probably taking a quarter. I don't know if they will. I could see them taking Parker. But I think I might go Caleb Lumu here. Now I have to see people did draft him to the Bears. So we'll see what happens. But I am gonna draft Caleb Lumu here. And this leads to my favorite team, the Chicago Bears. So what do you do? You got Emmanuel Warren. Now, we could go for sure TJ Parker. I do see him being a TJ Parker. I will probably crash out. I wouldn't mind Cassius Howell, but I don't think he's a Dennis Allen fit. So I'm not gonna probably go Cassius Howell. Now, I will say this: we do have Austin Burke coming along. I think for what this team needs right now, yes, we can definitely use a left tackle for sure. But who is our safety right now besides Kobe Bryant? Right? I think if you're the Bears, and this is how the draft board plays out, you go probably Emmanuel Warren. I think you get your best safety, man. Get your guy, Kobe Bryant, Emmanuel Warren. Good 1-2 punch at safety, and I think you're right, bro. Buffalo, looking at the Buffalo Bills. I think this is where probably TJ Parker might go. I think, Buffalo needs more pass up front. Of course, now they did trade it for DJ Moore. And they could also, for sure, add another weapon. That is so true. They could. I don't think they do that, though. I think they go TJ Parker. I think I would probably go TJ Parker. So that's what I think was going to probably happen. I think they go TJ Parker. Yeah, if he goes to Bears, that'd be awesome. But just being honest, I don't think it happens. So going to San Francisco, look, I thought they had players. Look, I'm be honest. I thought the offensive line was pretty. I thought it was okay. I think they could go another receiver, but they just added Mike Evans, so I don't really see him go receiver possibly, but they could. I think the best plan for them is to probably draft Blake Miller. I think Blake Miller makes sense. I think if you're the San Francisco 49ers, I think you draft Blake Miller. I think he helps your offensive line. So Houston, I'm going to be honest. You know what? I do think this is where you might see one of the defensive linemen go. I don't even know. I like the defensive class. I don't know around one. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at them going around one. Because, it depends how he falls. I don't know. I think I might like Caden McDonald more because Caden McDonald to me is probably the best run stopper in this draft. Now, Peter Wood does have some upside, but his combine didn't really impress me, honestly, at all. He doing combines pro day. It's kind of okay, so I might have to lean McDonald. I'm sorry, I might have to lean McDonald here. Kansas City, I think they go edge again and look at it. I think this is where Cassius Howell probably makes sense. So Cassius Howell go here. The Miami Dolphins, look, like I said, they need a whole lot. You gotta get your Tyreek Hill replacement. I'm not saying this guy is Tyreek Hill, but I think he does bring some of that receiverness into him, and I do think, to me, if you're in the Miami Dolphins, you have to get weapons from Malik Willis. And who did say, is Malik Willis the front? Is he your quarterback of the future? Probably not, but I do think you have to at least set him up well. So to add another receiver to help him out. So now I think New England Patriots, I think this showed in the Super Bowl, they need pass rush. Their defense was not good, and if you can add, I think Zion Young makes sense. I might actually do, I don't know, man. It's really interesting. So I actually might do something different. I might go Mekhi Lawrence because I love this combine. I thought he was really good. I might go Mekhi. I do think right now Zion probably makes more sense, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if you go Mekhi Lawrence. So we'll see what happens. Malachi Lawrence. Now, for the Seattle Seahawks, I think Coach of the Hood goes there. You add in the corner with Devin Witherspoon. So that's that. And ladies and gentlemen, my draft is open. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. All my picks are done. Video's already done. I'm not going to make it too much longer, but look, tell me if you guys think I did my mock draft. Love you guys, man. Press the bell notification never time I drop a video. Look, more videos coming. I have more reactions to the draft for the Bears, of course. So love you guys, man. I'll catch you out, and I'm out, man. See you guys soon.